My brothers, what's going on? I trust you're all doing well, man. Today, I want to just quickly talk about the topic of humility, being humble while you're in semen retention. And you see, when you're on this journey, when you learn how to hold your energy and harness this energy for a consecutive amount of time, you're going to embody a newfound strength that you've never experienced before. There's going to be a sudden boost of confidence that will be upon you suddenly, especially when you see yourself transforming because of this practice. Semen retention will amplify your life in many ways. You will start to see yourself in a new light, and you will start to walk with more confidence and with more courage. You will start to see yourself as a warrior, a conqueror, and a king, and rightly so. Because when you've been on this journey for a consecutive amount of time, and every time you get hit by urges and you have learned to overcome the urges that come your way by just processing them, sitting with them, allowing them to pass, saying no to that biological urge to release your seed. In that moment, you become very powerful, a lot more powerful than many men on this planet. You become like the 1%, because not everyone has the power to overcome the urges like this, but you have. And then something awakens in you. The true power that lies dormant within you starts to awaken. You start to see yourself as a new man. You see the strength that you start to walk in. You don't recognize yourself anymore, because this energy will change you. It will transform you into a new creature, a new creation. You will feel unstoppable. You will be unbreakable. You will feel on top of the world. You'll be brimming with so much energy, vitality, and fire. You will literally feel that no one can stop you, that nothing will faze you. That's how powerful this tool of semen retention really is. But you have to be careful and very mindful not to be overcome by pride, because this journey has the capabilities of making you extremely proud, arrogant, and egotistical, to the point where you see yourself as better than others. But I'm just here to warn you that do not let this practice of semen retention make you prideful. Do not become egotistical. Do not become arrogant, but be humble always. Always walk in humility when you are on this journey. It's incredibly important, because pride will always come before a fall. Pride will not last. Pride will not save you. Pride will not benefit you. There's a verse in the Bible, I believe it's in 1 Peter chapter 5, and I think it's verse 6. It says that God resists the proud, but he blesses the humble. I believe that's how it goes. But this is the case. God hates pride, doesn't like prideful people, egotistical people, arrogant people. God always preaches about humility, how being humble will take you far. Jesus Christ himself was a humble man. He wasn't prideful in any way. But pride will corrupt your heart, will corrupt your mind, will corrupt your soul to the point where you think that you are above people, and it will do you no good. Pride will destroy you. So if you're on this journey, make sure to always walk in humility. Never think that you're better than any other man. You may think you are because of the newfound confidence, energy, and strength that you're walking in. But you don't know that man's story. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they've been struggling with. You don't know how their day, their year, their month has been going. So you can never put yourself in someone's shoes or compare your life to someone else, compare your walk to someone else and think that you're better than them, because everyone is on their own journey, their own path. More so on semen retention, nofap, whichever path that you're on. People out there are actually doing the best they can, to overcome their lust, to overcome urges and the temptations, and to actually walk in sexual purity. But never think you're better than anyone because you're on a longer streak than them, or you're more disciplined, or you're more focused than them. It's really important on this journey that you're always humble, to walk in humility. Because the higher you elevate yourself, the faster you will fall down. Yeah, pride will kill you. Pride will destroy you. That's literally the reason why pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. You have to be really mindful. For the longest time I've been on this journey, I've always had to remind myself not to be prideful, but that God had given me the strength, that He gave me grace and mercy to overcome this addiction, this sin that I was in deep for years. He gave me the strength to break the chains, and He delivered me and set me free from the sin of lust and masturbation. And to that, I give Him all the glory. So as I sit here before you, as a man who's been on this semen retention streak for a consecutive amount of time without breaking it, God gets all the glory for that, not me. I could not have done that on my own strength. I'd have failed many times before, many times. That's because I was retaining without God in it. But once I invited God into my mess, He was able to turn my mess into a message. And He was able to deliver me from my sin, bring me into the light. And that's the reason why that I've been on this journey for such a long time with no relapses. Because God is the source of my strength. He is the source of my energy. He is the source of my light. He has given me grace and mercy. So through that, He gets all the glory. And I remind myself every day to not forget that. Because if pride were to sink in, if I were to become egotistical about, my personal semen retention journey and how long I've lasted, and how I would have said that it's on my own strength and not God, I could easily fall again. I could easily be prone to urges and to temptation again, like I used to, because I was boasting in my own power and not in God's power. So God has kept me humble enough to give Him all the praise for delivering me from the hub, delivering me from masturbation, delivering me from wasting my seed, delivering me from degeneracy, He gets all the praise, he gets all the credit. It's not on my strength, trust me. And that could potentially be the reason why, when you are on an individual path, either if you're on semen retention or nofap, you may be more prone to relapsing because you think you are able to retain on your own strength. But that's the thing, our strength is not enough. Our strength will only take us so far. We need to allow God into our lives, allow Him to help us, to deliver us from our sinful ways. And He will lead us on that righteous path. He will hold our hands. He will take the wheel of our lives and steer us in the direction that we need to be in. He will truly deliver us and set us free and break the chains of bondage and addiction that we are bound by. That's exactly what He did for me. And that's why I can testify of His greatness today. But I really hope this speaks to you on the importance of humility. And this is an important reminder because maybe prior to being on semen retention, you felt lost, felt like a loser, felt worthless, you felt aimless, had no meaning for life, no purpose, no goals, no ambitions, always felt drained, always felt dead inside. But, once you embarked on this journey, then out of nowhere, just due to discipline, diligence, and wanting better for yourself, you tap into this newfound strength, energy, and power that semen retention brings, and you become a revitalized, brand new person. And I understand that, a certain level of pride will come upon you because you've now become a new man, you become a new person. In a way, you become reborn. And in that new feeling, in that new person that you become, that sense of, pride and arrogance can rise up. Say, like self-pride and stuff like that. And I understand because I've been there before. There was a certain level of pride and arrogance that I was walking in myself. I became very egotistical in a way. I felt almost unstoppable. I felt like I was better than other men because, I had found, this cheat code to living a better fulfilled life where I'm in control of my energy. I'm in control of my environment. I'm in control of my flesh. I'm no longer a slave to the desires of my flesh. You just feel just incredible. And that's the thing, that incredible euphoric feeling that comes over you. It can be hard to not be prideful or to not be full of ego, but you have to learn how to control it. You have to learn not to let it get to your head. Always remain level-headed. Always remain humble. Because the faster you rise, the faster you also fall. And it'll be twice as hard. That could be a reason why when people unfortunately fall back into relapsing, into that same PMO cycle, they're in it deep and they're in it twice as hard, and it's harder to get out because they relied on their own strength. So I hope this wakes you up to the realization that in order to be fully free of this vice, we need the Lord to step in and give us His grace and mercy and His everlasting strength to break us free from the darkness that binds us. Because it's within that true strength and in that grace and mercy, that's where true liberation lies. I truly believe that. God saved me. He saved me from my sin. He saved me from the darkness. He saved me from that negative, toxic cycle that made me want to end my life. My life was worthless. I had no meaning. And I found it a struggle to even find reasons to stay alive, because that addiction had me deep and I was desperate for a release to get out. But once I let the ego and the pride fall off me, I allowed God to fully use me so he could liberate me from my sins, from these vices that kept me bound. I had to let the pride go. I had to let go of the ego. I had to let it all go. And it was only then I was able to experience true peace, true bliss, true joy once again. So as I'm here now on the other side of all that pain and hurt that I experienced in the past, I'm a much better man, thanks to God. And because of him, I always walk in humility. Humility will take you far in this world. Humility will take you before kings. Never discredit humility. Humility is incredibly powerful. And it will take you far. It will take you really, really far. So as you're on this journey, just to remind you, just walk and embrace humility as much as possible. Never think that you're better than any person that's around you. Don't compare yourself to other people as well, thinking that you're better than them. I know it's hard to not compare yourself to others, because as men, we are naturally competitive. But always be humble. Always treat your brother kindly. People in general, just treat them kindly. Treat them as you would treat yourself. Just respect them, and just meet them as they are. And I'm talking to myself here as well. Yeah, humility has taken me a long way. Took me a while to get to this place, but I'm glad I'm here now. So glad I'm here now. Yeah, humility is a blessing. Such a blessing, man. But I hope you take something from this. I hope you understand the importance of humility, that as men on this journey, that we will choose to embrace humility, to embody a humble spirit, a humble mind, and a humble heart. But I pray that this video has blessed you, and I pray that my words have landed on your heart. And I also pray that you will once again choose to walk the humble path, but not one full of pride, not an egotistical one, not an arrogant one, but to always remain humble on this journey, and to not just rely on your strength, but to allow the strength of God to be your supplication, because it's only on his strength that we'll be able to last on this journey. He will sustain us because our strength is not enough. But only God's strength is enough. But brothers, I thank you so much for watching. Hope this has blessed you. I love you guys so much. You truly mean a lot to me. Thank you for sticking around. And I'll continue just, to share more topics about this as per usual. Thank you all so much. But for now, take care, stay strong, stay hard, and peace out.